Hello, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Prog Review. And before you say it's not Prog, are we allowed to do that? I don't know. Is that censored? Do I need to blur that out? It's just a name. It's a horrible name too, isn't it? It's a horrible name. There's a difference between prog and progressive music, and that's what I'm kind of guess I'm trolling you. Is it? But anyway, if you haven't read the title description, I'm doing this one. This is Penguin Cafe, Handfuls of Night. For those of you who don't know, Arthur Jeffs is the son of Simon Jeffs. Simon Jeffs tragically was taken from us too soon in 1997. Blimey, that was a long time ago. And Arthur Jeffs, his son, has kind of taken up the mantle and carried it all on. And this is the it's where it gets. It's the fourth album. Is it the fourth album? Yeah, fourth album of Penguin Cafe, not Penguin Cafe Orchestra. That's where it gets. This one. There you go. I'll do the doobie. Shall I do the doobie? And you get you. Wait a minute. There is an insert, I believe. There is an insert. Here we go. Which tells you all about everything. And then there's the actual vinyl itself, which I shall be touching, and it will therefore be ruined. Won't it? You know about that one now. Look at that. Hey, it's completely. Look, you can see my face through it. So that's that. But yeah, this is it's an interesting one, and there's two kind of ways in. Back in 2005, Arthur Jeffs was asked to recreate Scott of the Antarctic. You've heard of him? Well, there's a family kind of link, because Arthur Jeffs' great-grandmother was married to Scott before she was married to his great-grandfather. So it seemed natural that he should go along for this BBC documentary that they were doing about getting to the South Pole. So yeah, interesting. I don't know if you saw it back in the day. Isn't Bruce, what's his name, involved in that one? I can't. Is it Bruce Paris? Used to do the tribe documentaries. I'm going off on a wild brain fart. But anyway, so you've got that aspect of Antarctic exploration. So then there's a second aspect to this, is penguins. And Arthur Jeffs was asked by, I think it was Greenpeace, to do some songs about penguins, for promotional thing, save the penguin. And so 4 tracks on here are penguin, about penguins. So there you go. Yeah. And that is the narrative theme. So in a way, you could say, if you wanted to, and god damn it, let's do it, you could say this is a concept album. Yeah? Should we say that? Because look, everything's a concept album these days. But I'm going to say this is a concept album because of the idea of exploration and the penguins. I'm going to do that. Why don't polar bears eat penguins? Can't undo the rappers. That's a biscuit joke for those of you who don't know what a penguin biscuit is. Dad jokes rule. And yeah, I think this is a bit of a departure, and there is kind of parallels with that Porco Quartet album that I reviewed a while ago. As I said, that album kind of goes into more kind of nebulous, minimalist areas, and so does this. Very cinematic, conjures up vast vistas of ice and the cold, and the Antarctic. Gone are the jaunty, jolly tunes that we often got with the the various the South American influence, I might call it. Those tunes have gone. In fact, the tunes have gone, and that was my first. I had a bit of a problem with it on the first listen, because there was no. Because I like a good tune. I like to be able to whistle. I like to be able to whistle it, and there wasn't any of that here. And I thought, no, this isn't good. I mean, one of the tracks, is it Chapter? I'd seen the video for, and I immediately fell in love with, because again. But what we have is more of a drift towards minimalism, and it's piano led. Because again, I think it's really Arthur Jeff's instrument, whereas Simon Jeff's was more of an all rounder, bass, piano, harmonium, and various guitars and stringed instruments. This is more piano led, and minimalist. It's all atmosphere and painting pictures. It's very painterly. It is painting musical pictures, this one. And it's one of those ones that I wouldn't say it's a grower. Yeah, it's a grower. It seeps into you. It kind of gets under your skin. Because on my first listen, I was like, I wasn't, it was like, it's all right. But it was only on subsequent listens, again, Walking Dog, that it really kind of got into my head, and it was like, oh right, this is different, but in a good way. I wouldn't necessarily. This is the problem, because I wouldn't say it's necessarily musically strong, but it if it's about creating a sense of adventure and travelling and seeing penguins, it achieves that aim. It's a cool, cold album. There's no emotion in it. The emotion is the unfettered horizon. That's the real emotional core of this. It's the endless nothing. That's what you get from this. And that's pretty difficult. And again, thinking about it, I thought it was pretty difficult to pull off. But the strongest track on here for me is Chapter. And you've got to hear that one, because it really is a work of great minimalism. Again, I don't really know how to talk about the rest of it, because these aren't distinct tracks. These aren't songs that leap out at you. These aren't songs that have a tune. They are mini portraits. That's how I can describe it. And that's quite different for this Penguin Cafe. I mean, you saw them heading towards minimalism on the previous album. So it wasn't a big surprise that this kind of stylistic move was coming. It wasn't a surprise, but I thought it was interesting. Whether it's a favourite of mine, I don't know, but it's interesting, and I think it's brave, and I think it's a hard thing to pull off, and I applaud them for that. That it isn't more of the same. It is different. But I can imagine some folk will go, bit boring, because there isn't a lot to grip onto. It's like the sheer Arctic. I'm trying to use imagery of the Arctic Circle. You're on the side of a plateau of ice, hanging on. No, penguins looking over it. Peeping down. What are you doing here? It's like that. There's not a lot to hold on to. But there is something that kind of really got under my skin, and it's one of those records. It makes you. It kind of you don't focus on the notes. You focus on the feels, the emotions, and you start thinking. And it's one of those weird albums that starts getting the cogs whirring. So that's got to be a good thing. That's a good thing. He says that is a good thing for it to be. But this isn't for everyone. I don't even know if this is an album for Penguin Cafe or Penguin Cafe Orchestra fans. you know, because it has moved into this unknown, uncharted, unexplored territory. Again, exploration. Oh, I'm weaving it all in today. But no, I thought it was very brave. Yeah, I thought it was brave, and it got me thinking, and that's got to be a good thing, you know. But at the beginning, I was a little bit, I don't know, I was a bit unsure. But in this case, it proves that you do need to listen to something a lot of times. No, but there's a track on here, like I said, Chapter, which is the draw. That gets you the first time round, and that makes you play it again. But there are albums you listen to, and you know you don't want to play them again. Whereas this I think is one of those records that you're going to put on. I think this one's got longevity to it. I think this is I'm talking about, you know, give it in a year's time. You know, when we reflect back on it, we go, that was brave. That was a brave one. Yeah. So yeah, that is Penguin Cafe, a handful of night. Again, relating to the long days, because you know when you're there, the days can be long, and then yeah, I'm doing my best. Albums like this are really tough to talk about. I find them really hard, because I like them, and I'm trying to analyse it and go, so, I find them hard to talk. I'm sorry. In terms of a rating, that's the tricky one. This is the tricky one. I'm going to give it 3 chin straps out of 5. That's 3 chin straps out of 5. Because whilst it needs more chapters, songs like Chapter on it needs more features, it needs more bits for us to hang on to, it needs more rugged features to hang on to, because it is a little bit, again, like the Portico Quartet album, is a bit ethereal. It just kind of slips through the fingers, you know what I'm saying. And I think that could be problematic to some people. That's not to say it isn't a bad album. I think it is. I just, as a being a critic, I think you just need a little bit more, maybe a little bit more for us for the ears to latch onto. So yeah, my name's been Darren. I've been talking about Handful of Night by Penguin Cafe. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to not subscribe, but do like or dislike this video. Do leave a comment for engagement, for the algorithm feeds on engagement. I think, I don't know, we started again. We can do whatever we want. It doesn't matter. We're free. We're free of the machine. And that's it. There's only one more thing left to say, and you know what that is, and that is prog on.